Saturday, March 8th, 11:03 a.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Just finished another week in the month. Going to go over currency markets, the ones in the futures, the one in the Forex, as well as the crypto. If you'd like to have early access to this video, well, I have a subscriber page. The link is below. Patrons get to see the video the same day it's released. This past week, a lot of activity, right? Are you situation awareness? Give you some more insight. This month, we have the Federal Reserve meeting that will affect currencies. We also have Congress that either shuts down the government or approves to expand the limit of money to budget the government. Big events occurring this month. So the US dollar index and yields have a big effect. First, we'll look at the US dollar index. US dollar index is comprised of several currencies. That's why it's an index. You could trade them as stock ETFs also. The euro makes up about 57% of the US dollar index. Second is the Japanese yen, about 13%. The British pound, about 12%. Canadian dollar, about 10%. Swiss crown, about 5%. The Swiss franc, about 4%. So those are the major currencies that make up the US dollar index. On the far right is the 5-year monthly. The middle, the 1-year weekly, and the left, the 3-month daily. Multiple time frames to be better situation awareness, what's occurring. On the far right, the monthly. We made a new low for the year. Look at that big red candle. Lower high, lower low, broke below the low of this year, broke below this imbalance area. And in these key levels, I'll open up even more. There we are. Big red body, very bearish. These green horizontal lines have been acting as a huge magnet for price action. Last year and this year, a lot of price action occurred there. One would expect you may be either have a lot of new accumulation or more distribution occurring. And on the downside, look at this gray zone I drew. Key levels of prior support for last year and the year before. We also have that huge green candle that broke above it and closed above it, which made this area, again, returns buyers. Downside, that big green candle on the far right and the midpoint label there, concerns. So let's adjust this to the new low for the year. But I'm not done that for the monthly. So let's wait till the end of the month. Go on to the weekly. Weekly, wow, huge red candle, huge dump. Broke below, closed below this impulse move here on that blue horizontal line. And look at this, that big wick on that green candle last year. Midpoint closed inside of it. On the downside, again, key levels to be looking for. So because we made a new low for the week, let's adjust this now, move it lower. So below the year, because we broke below that impulse move, it's not valid anymore. Let me clear it. Huge body dump. We'll label this 2 as the impulse move down. There we go. And because there's a big red candle, big body, got to label midpoint. Body. No, because we use so much energy to get down here. One would expect you might have a minor retracement. give you another opportunity for trade bullish as well as a bigger picture trade bearish. Then we used a lot of energy for this green candle to get down here. We might have a consolidation, minor retracement, up on weakness, and looking for areas to be trading bearish on reloads. In the daily chart, past 2 days, Friday and Thursday, again, look at the smaller trading range, bigger wicks on the bottom, buyers stepping in there, but still making lower highs, lower low. The trend is bearish still. Bearish on the monthly, the weekly, the daily. Again, less panic selling for the prior 2 days and buyers stepping in there when the trend is still down. So it gives me, again, a reason why we might see a minor retracement in here on the weekly. Send that out more. There we go. So that was the US dollar index. Let's go look at the currencies inside the US dollar index. The euro first. Again, same thing. Far right, 5-year monthly, the middle, the weekly, and the left, the daily. See the far right, the euro, inverse on the monthly. Inside candle for that prior month. February was an inside candle, broke above it, huge movement up, broke above this imbalance area. Again, the monthly's not done yet. Things can still change. Middle grid, weekly, wow, huge move up, new high for the year. Breaking above all these key levels. Wow, huge impulse move up. It's a lot of energy. Here we go. We'll come back to this later. Continue on. And the daily chart. See smaller trading range on the far left. And the huge imbalance area is created. Potential areas for retracements. So right off the bat, we know the euro made a new high for the year and the dollar made a new low. So the euro is strong against the US dollar. Let's go on to the next currency. Japanese yen. Look at the grid on the far right, monthly. Higher highs, higher lows. Now it's inside these imbalance areas, key levels. Potential sell-offs there too. And the middle grid, the weekly. Higher high, higher low. New high for the year. And the daily chart on the far left, bearish pin bar. The next currency. British pound. Higher high, higher low. Weekly, again, huge upward move. Potential target right up here. And the daily, small trading range for the past 2 days. Makes sense. Again, huge amount of energy used to get up there. So this might become a consolidation area, building energy, continue higher, or a retracement. To the next currency. Australian dollar, down under. Inside candle for the month. Look at the far right grid. Inside candle for the month. Undecided what it wants to do other than retracing that big wick for the prior month. And weekly, lower low, lower high. Still below the high of this year and above the low of this year. Big difference. It's not trending. And the deal in the far left, you see a lot of chop. Again, Australia is a big commodity-based country. Commodities being metals, energy. Onto the Canadian dollar, another country large on commodities. Canada, New Zealand, Australia, commodities, metals, and energy. Metals, gold, silver, copper, energy, coal, crude oil. Canadian dollar also inside candle there, indecision. Weekly chart, middle grid, lower low, lower high, fully tested midpoint of that big green candle, and big wicks on the top and bottom, and daily chart. Yep, consolidation with a reversal from Friday. On to the next. Swiss franc back to Europe, one of the safe haven currencies. New high for the year. Look at that on the monthly. Big reversal. Key levels right down here on the monthly. You see, been acting as demand zone buyers. Makes sense. The reversal. And weekly, huge upward move. Again, new high for the year. Key levels right there in that green zone where I showed you prior videos. Has been acting as demand. And daily, strong trend still. Go on to the next currency. Mexican peso. Green for the month. Higher high, higher low. New high for the year on the monthly. Weekly here. Huge trading range. Took out the high and low of the prior week, closing above the prior week. Big body, big wick, ready labeled midpoint. And daily, close Friday with the inside candle. Small trading range. Go to the US dollar Chinese yuan. Monthly, inside candle. Still above this imbalance area. Daily, a lot of chop. Look at that right here in the middle grid. Building a lot of energy, and buyers still here on the dips on the bottom. Grid on the far left, daily. Bullish pin bar. Buyers down here accumulating after this big impulse move down. So it could definitely be wrong, and we could go lower. Look at this middle grid right there. Let's take over to crypto now. Bitcoin. Monthly, inside candle. We have several charts I showed you on the monthly time frames, inside candle. Yellow candle means indecision. And middle grid, weekly, inside candle, indecision. Close, solid body equivalent to red. Not impressed. Staircase pattern, lower low. See this on the weekly chart? That's what's forming here. Staircase pattern, lower low. And the daily chart in the far left. Yep. Does not look like accumulation's occurring here much. Not yet. Okay. Finish this off just by putting it back here. My king dollar. But I want to show you it on the monthly. As a line item. Oops. So you can see it just as a line for the year. 1 year chart, the US dollar index. The high this year, yellow horizontal line, 2025. So again, I show you this as a line chart. So you clearly see huge decline. You saw the candlesticks, multiple time frames. Get the line chart maybe has less distractions. Think about it. I shared many times. There are opportunities to been buying in other currencies. If you don't want to buy the other currencies, I shared how you could also trade bearish with stock ETFs. Thank you as always for spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.